Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. Welcome on in, my friends. I'm your host, Azam Slays, and this is episode 189. We're really getting up there, man. We are really getting up there. 189 is closing in on the 200. I mean, like, 10 weeks is not like, it's not fucking, uh, close, right? I mean, 10 weeks when you say it like that sounds like really far away, but not really. So it's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. But like I said, welcome to the Music Mondays podcast. Happy Monday. Today is September 2nd, 2024. This will actually be our first September show, which is really crazy. I feel like August like dragged on forever, but then again, it kind of went by pretty fast, if I do say so myself. But let's get into it, man. This is episode 189. You guys know the drill. We're gonna go over some weekly recap jazz, a little bit of a discussion segment, and then we're gonna hop into reactions and reviews. So, what happened at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so? Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing we are going to talk about is Music Mondays merch. Music Mondays merch is still available in the shop right now for purchase. We still have smalls, mediums, and larges. If you'd like to consider purchasing one, definitely let us know. We'd be happy to ship that out to you. Definitely just send us a DM, send me a DM, send us an email, anything like that. And like I said, you'll see at least one more promo piece go up for that relatively soon when it comes down to Music Mondays merch. Early access Patreon content is available right now on our Patreon. So every Tuesday following the live show, we actually upload the show in full quality for you guys to download, clip, record, anything like that. If you don't feel like watching the Twitch VOD or dealing with Twitch, you can go on the Patreon and get that early before everybody else at full quality. So every Tuesday that comes out. Then following Tuesday, we have Wednesday, where we drop SoundCloud Sunday submissions. Those open every single Wednesday. So again, keep your eyes peeled for those submissions. Literally every single Wednesday. So keep your eyes peeled. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday. Following Wednesday, we headed into Thursday. So Thursday, man, we had a really cool video drop on Thursday. So last week for episode 187 of the Music Mondays podcast, I kind of dove in and wanted to discuss how to get hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. Just because I feel like that was something that we hadn't really spoke about before. I didn't really explain fully like how you can get hosted on the channel for free and how you can get promoted on the channel and how you can get a visual on the channel and things like that. So again, on Thursday that guy dropped on our YouTube channel, so definitely go check that out. That's live right now. And of course, I think we're like 3 subs away now from 290. We're so close to 290. So definitely go show the channel, these videos, and these artists some love. And go drop a sub if you haven't already. So, that was Thursday. New YouTube video dropped. We headed into Friday with a couple of really cool announcements. So, Cyberfest 2 has made some major strides. We have gotten in contact with a pretty decent list of artists. The majority of them said yes. A couple people couldn't make it schedule-wise. So, we're working diligently in the background to kind of get a decent crew together before we obviously move forward with the next couple of steps, right? Flyers, schedules, things like that. So again, if you are an artist that we reached out to, you'll have some information regarding Cyberfest this week. And of course, I think this week we're going to reach out to at least a couple more people before we kind of wrap things up and finalize the whole lineup. So keep your eyes peeled, and if you asked us for a set, we'll definitely be in contact with you for sure. But regarding our Cyberfest 2 announcement on Friday, we have a post out on all platforms. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, wherever you use social media, go tag who you want to see on Cyberfest 2 on that post. It's currently pinned on our Twitter. It's the first thing that you see when you open our page. So definitely go check that out. And make sure you go tag an artist that you want to see, or maybe tag yourself or anything like that. So go show that some love, and that's available on all socials right now. That actually dropped on Friday. So, heading into Friday night, we had dropped a wonderful project review by the homie Ray Lowe. That one's kind of a sneaky little early release that Ray whipped up in short timing because the bigger interview that we had dropped on Sunday wasn't ready yet. So we came up with kind of like a little filler piece, but That review is live right now under reviews on our Music Mondays homepage. So go check that out and go show that some love. And of course, the other interview with the homie Alexander Panos is actually live right now. So definitely go check that out as well. Ray did a fantastic job. Just truly tapped into something that I didn't even know about. So it's really, really cool. That interview is fucking crazy. So go check that out and go show Ray and Alexander some love. 2 bangers are on the site right now. So go show those some love. Heading into Saturday, we dropped episode 189. Episode 188, last week's episode of the Music Mondays podcast on all platforms and our YouTube channel. So it goes live on audio platforms every Thursday. We just dropped that relatively early for anybody who wants to listen on the go or anything like that during their week. And of course, every Saturday, you can kind of go check out the YouTube version and throw that on in the background if you'd like, or just go show the video some love over there. But episode 188 is available right now on the channel, so go show that some love and go show those artists some love as well. And of course, again, like I said, go sub to the channel, man. We're 3 subs away from 290. 2 videos every week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Okay, that was Saturday. We headed into Sunday with SoundCloud Sunday volume 150, which is a fucking fantastic milestone. 150 volumes is actually really crazy. I've been doing SoundCloud playlists for quite a while for not only Music Mondays, right? But before I started Music Mondays, I was doing playlisting for certain other platforms. We used to just dive into all types of concepts and themes and things like that. But SoundCloud Sunday, in a post-COVID world, it's made it a lot easier for all artists to kind of, access it, whether, they make different types of genres, they make instrumentals, things like that. So we didn't really center SoundCloud Sunday around like a theme or anything like that. But to see it grow to what it has is actually really sick. Because for a while there, SoundCloud Sunday was getting no love. I would say in like 2022, like when we were like super young, SoundCloud Sunday used to just get no love, and it was so funny because we hadn't just like tapped into our audience yet, right? Because Spotify playlists are something that we're gonna tap into regardless, but those are obviously way more popular, right? But to kind of have a playlist that artists that do drop on SoundCloud consistently can actually go to, that's really like the goal there for that. Just because you don't see that many, but also at the same time, like the SoundCloud population is still pretty big, so I didn't really want to neglect that. And plus, when it comes into Spotify and things like that, that whole format will kind of be a lot different. So in due time, you'll definitely see that on Music Mondays. But yeah, man, SoundCloud Sunday's come a long way, and 150 volumes out right now, and 150 is live right now. That was curated by me, art by me. Go show that some love, and go show all those artists some love. Damn, I forgot to submit. No worries, homie. No worries. It happens. Submissions open every Tuesday and Wednesday for each of those. So no worries. And welcome on in. Happy Monday. So, that was your weekly recap, man. SoundCloud Sunday volume 150 is available right now. So go show that some love, and that's pretty much everything you need to know over the course of the last week or so. Let's see here. What do we want to roll into next? All right, so weekly recap, Jazz. Let's talk what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. Then we'll have a little discussion segment. I have another how-to guide planned for tonight, just because we've been really killing it with like the how-to guides, right? So I figured we'll get another one in tonight and make things a little bit more clear for new members of the Music Mondays community, new artists in general, things like that. But let's see. Okay, so what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so? Well, before we get into that, let's talk recruiting and let's talk exclusives and things like that. So, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for new staff members. We are on the lookout for writers, journalists, content creators, editors. Literally, if you have anything to contribute under any of those roles or adjacent to those roles, definitely let us know if you're interested in joining the Music Mondays staff. We are constantly recruiting, and we are looking to fill at least like 2 or 3 more slots in the roster. So that'll be something that we kind of focus on during the next couple of months and closing out into, the fall and winter. So again, Music Mondays is recruiting. Definitely let us know if that's something you're interested or something you want to get involved in. So either send us an email, send me an email, send Music Mondays an email. We're down for anything. So, when it comes to recruiting, we also have a role video on our YouTube channel where I kind of break down all the Music Money staff roles. We kind of go over everything from what each role kind of does, what you're expected of in each role, and things like that, and the benefits of joining Music Mondays, of course. So definitely go check that out if you want a more comprehensive guide on the thoughts behind all of our roles, right? So Music Mondays is recruiting, but outside of that, we are on the hunt for SoundCloud exclusives. If you have an unreleased SoundCloud track that you'd like to have hosted on the Music Money SoundCloud and promoted for free across all of our social medias, definitely let us know. Again, we are only interested in unreleased versions, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track after. If you want to kind of go in and upload it on Spotify, Apple, all that good jazz, that's fine. We're only interested in the SoundCloud version. So again, if you have an unreleased track that you'd like to have hosted and promoted for free across all of our socials and on our SoundCloud, definitely let us know. And again, of course, the track's 100% yours. We're only interested in the SoundCloud version and to just kind of show our SoundCloud supporters some love and show really artists some love by kind of archiving their music in a different way, right? So definitely let us know. Again, that's something that you can always hit us up about. Send us an email, send us a DM, send me a DM, and we'll be happy to work that out with you. I might hit y'all up. Yeah, we're definitely down. DMs are always open, my friend. Absolutely. Outside of that, we are looking for YouTube exclusives as well. When it comes to YouTube exclusives, we actually just put a guide out last week, like I said, with the weekly recap, where I kind of break down what we're looking for when it comes to YouTube exclusives. So again, we are looking for unreleased material. We're looking for either visuals, music videos, lyric videos. Even if you just want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, we're always down for that as well. So again, if you're interested in getting hosted and promoted for free on our YouTube channel of almost 300 subscribers and promoted across all of our socials, definitely let us know. Because again, much like SoundCloud, we're trying to archive a lot more music over there on the Music Mondays YouTube channel and just show our subscribers some love over there, and of course show ours some love by promoting them in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So definitely let us know because we'd love to work that out for you. Absolutely. So now that those two things are out of the way, I think one thing that'll be relatively important to talk about before we get to our discussion segment is, of course, per usual, what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of next week. Let's get into it. Need to see if there's a ghost. All right. What's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so? What's happening behind the scenes? Let's talk. You guys know that Cyberfest 2 is kind of the big talk of the town right now as far as Music Mondays goes, right? I've been working hard with not only staff, but all these artists to kind of get their schedules and explain to them what Cyberfest is and things like that. So that's kind of like what's at the forefront for Music Mondays. Cyberfest 2 is a big thing over the course of the next like 2 or 3 weeks. Outside of that, we'll kind of be revamping the Patreon as well. That's been something I've been cooking up in the background, kind of reshaping everybody's rewards and kind of giving everybody a lot more bang for their buck. So I came up with some more, not only rewards, but resources and things like that that all of our patrons can have access to. So that'll be the big thing that I'm working on in the background when it comes to things outside of Cyberfest 2, right? And then, of course, Music Mondays merch is also like absolutely at the forefront. We have a couple of pieces left, but also we just want to get one last promo piece out when it comes to Music Mondays merch. So those are like the big three. I would say Cyberfest 2, our Patreon revamp, and a couple of other things going on in the background as far as like, a lot of smaller projects that we wanted to introduce, but we're waiting for the right time, right? So ideas like the Spotify playlist, ideas like other new playlists, right? So a lot of those ideas will come in due time, but we're not too worried about those right now. Cyberfest 2 is the big thing, and a couple of other things with the Patreon for sure. So those are most important, but outside of that, Music Mondays merch, and of course your monthly and weekly content per usual will stay the same, right? So your monthly playlist refreshes, your monthly playlist updates. We're going to try to get some more interviews here on the YouTube channel as well, so I'll be doing some one-on-ones and kind of updating all of our series, right? So when it comes to the breakdown, Workshop Wednesday, Feature Friday, a lot of those Music Mondays YouTube series that you see on the channel now, those will be making a return before fall, for sure. And then, of course, like I said, the weekly content stays the same. Submissions open every Tuesday for the show. SoundCloud Sunday submissions open every single Wednesday. New articles every single Friday. And then, of course, new YouTube videos every Thursday and Saturday. So keep your eyes peeled for all of that. But that's kind of like the next week's scope or so. We're really dealing with some Cyberfest 2 stuff, and I'm focusing on kind of hooking up the Patrons and making sure that they get their money's worth, right? So a couple of other things there when it comes down to that. But that's kind of like the big scope and what's coming on Music Mondays. So that's that. We did weekly recap. We did recruiting. We talked about exclusives. Okay, so one last thing that I kind of wanted to dive into here tonight was something relatively interesting. So, many of you know that on our YouTube channel, we've kind of been diving into a lot of guides, right? So a lot of guide-based content. What do I mean by guides? Well, how to submit to SoundCloud Sunday, how to get hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel have been our last like couple of weeks of content, right? But this week we're gonna do something a little bit more important, or I would say just as important. But I wanted to clarify this for a lot of people that maybe don't know, or maybe just kind of are interested in and really would like to know like the background of it all, right? So, what we're going to talk about here today is how to get an interview or a review or an article on the Music Mondays website. So again, a lot of you know the Music Mondays website for not only Music Mondays updates, right, but also Music Mondays interviews, right? We have a complete 2022 and 2023 archive, as well as pretty much everything we've dropped in 2024. Same thing with reviews. 2023 and 2022 archive are available there as well. So again, if you're interested in getting an interview or a review, or you kind of want to break down something on the Music Mondays website as far as a media piece goes, right? So this is strictly for artists. If you're interested in writing, like I said, we are recruiting, so definitely keep that in mind. But yeah, when it comes down to being an artist and getting an interview or a review on the Music Mondays website, this is how you're going to do it. So again, the main easy way is through our contact page, right? We have pretty much all of our information here on our contact page. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, we have our main submissions email right here. And you can actually use that as a direct link to just kind of instantly email us or send us your pitch or anything like that. But when it comes down to actually formally pitching yourself, there is another way, right? I wouldn't say just kind of spam the email. You can contact any one of our writers, right? So we have this huge contact page here with direct links to all of our staff members when it comes to Music Mondays, like myself, Raylo, Conbini, Young Jay. Like, you can literally click on any one of our profiles and it'll redirect you to either their social media, right? Whether it be their link tree or anything like that, right? So you can contact them directly anyway to kind of pitch yourself as well. So there are multiple ways, and that's not only like for their own benefit, right, to kind of show our staff some love, of course, but for you guys to also contact them directly, build relationships with them directly if you like their writing and you kind of want to dive into that as well. And a lot of these members are artists, right? So a lot of these members are producers, engineers, designers, things like that. So it's kind of like a win-win. But those are two main ways. And of course, you can pitch to any one of our writers, right? And then you can pitch yourself to me as well, right? I mean, these days I try to fit as much writing in as I can, right? But with me taking on such like a management kind of leadership role, it's been harder and harder to kind of like fit in those like small pieces, right? But I mean, I've also done my fair share of writing. I think I have like over 100 published pieces right now in my resume. So you can go check those out for sure. But I definitely try to get as many in as I can. So feel free to pitch yourself to me as well. But you can pitch to any one of our writers, right? So feel free to kind of just dive in and show them some love and kind of get yourself introduced, right? So those are kind of like the two main ways. Whether you use the main Music Monday submissions email at the bottom of the page, or you kind of choose one of our writers to dive into and pitch yourself to them as well. I also think that would be a good idea. Just to not only show them some love, but again, you can kind of build a relationship off that, right? So again, kind of a win-win. But that's pretty much the big gist of it. Again, we don't charge for pieces. We never have charged for pieces. We don't monetize any of our pieces. That's not really what we're here for. Music Mondays has always monetized in the most honest way possible, right? So if you want to support us directly, you can go over to our Patreon. If you want to support the channel here on Twitch, that's also great because that goes right into pretty much everything that I do here. Um, and of course, we have our YouTube channel, we have TikTok, we have other ways to monetize, right? So we're not really interested in selling our content like that. And it kind of waters down the platform if you can just kind of pay to be on Music Mondays. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our writers are free to write about whatever they want. So a lot of their articles are very passionate and honest, you know, so I don't really want to cloud that, you know, so that's why we don't go that route and never have and never will. I mean, look, I've been in the space for almost 8 years and I've never taken a dime for any article I've written. So it's like not something I'm interested in doing and I never have, you know what I mean? I just don't think it's good like integrity wise. It's not good for content and it kind of waters down the platform, right? So again, that's why it's important to kind of like just be honest and like pitch yourself and kind of get in contact with our writers. Or again, if you just want to send an email, that also works as well. So again, those are the two main ways, right? So any other way is really us reaching out to you realistically. Because like I said, I don't really restrict the writers to any specific topics unless it's something like inherently obvious that we should cover, right? Um, but they're pretty much free to write about whatever they want. So again, most of the time we'll be reaching out to you in that case, right? So, um, but other than that, that's how you can get an interview, review, or think piece on Music Mondays. And of course, if you're interested in joining our staff team, we are recruiting, like I said at the top of the show. So again, if you have skills in writing, journalism, art, graphic design, curation, or media content creation, you want to do some short form, long form stuff, we're also looking for writers as well. We have like 2 or 3 staff slots open. So again, definitely let us know if that's something you're interested in. And feel free to get in contact with us, my friends. That's the breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed. This will definitely be uploaded on the YouTube channel. So make sure you like the video, show the video some love, sub to the channel if you like the content. And I think we're like three subs away from 290. So we need to hit that, man. We need to hit that. But new videos every Thursday, every Friday. You guys know the drill. Let's get it. Yeah. So that's kind of like something I've been wanting to dive into, but also at the same time, you know, not something I really thought of yet. You know, something like relatively simple, but also I felt like a lot of people kind of needed to know. But I also wanted to archive it as well. So if somebody was like, "Oh, how do I get an article on the site?" You know, they can just link you the video, and then boom, there's the guide, there's the explanation. You're good to go. But weekly recaps done. We talked about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week. We did some reactions and reviews. Or no, we did a discussion segment, and now we're about to do some reactions and reviews. So let's get into it. You guys know the drill. So, for those of you that don't know, tweets are always in the same format when it comes to the Music Mondays podcast and how you submit to the show, and they'll always read artists and creatives. Submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on September 2nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/SonPlays, which is here and now. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. But like I said, tweets are always in the same format. The only thing that changes is the date. So make sure you check the date and drop your links below. Make sure you're not submitting for like an older show or anything like that. And of course, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Everything from obviously vocals to instrumentals, remixes, music videos, visuals, lyric videos, merch, photography, videography, YouTube edits, shorts, TikToks, you name it, we've reacted to it. So feel free to submit anything you'd like here on the show. Because again, we didn't really want to like gatekeep ourselves from that because again, a lot of underground creators are multi-talented, right? Um, you know, a lot of people who make instrumentals are also designers. A lot of designers are also artists. A lot of vocalists are also producers. You know, so they might be doing some different shit on different weeks. And we kind of want to cover all angles when it comes to that. So, super super important. But outside of that, we do have a 4-hour show limit. Per usual. We just kind of want to make the show a little bit more palatable to watch back. Again, I would say even sometimes a 4-hour show is a little bit long to watch back, but definitely not as long as our older shows when it comes to our 6-7 hour shows in like 2022 and 2023, right? But again, just keep that in mind. 4-hour show limits. so we don't kind of go overboard. And uh, um, we are one of the only weekly live shows here on Twitch every Monday. So again, it just takes a little bit of the pressure off of the staff, right? But outside of that, submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. That only helps support our platform, right? But it also pays respect to everybody that does submit and does follow Music Mondays before they have their tracks reacted to, right? So, and again, of course, you gain access to a wide, wonderful community of creatives that are super, super talented. So, kind of a win-win. But again, that's the only thing that we do ask because submissions are free. They always have been free, and they always will be free. But again, just make sure you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. And of course, Patreon subscriber submissions are played first every single week. So again, if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, you gain access to a pretty good list of goodies. But outside of that, you gain access to one special perk, which is the Music Mondays Fast Pass. Which again, for the duration that you're pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon, you have your submissions played first here every single week on the show, as long as you submit, right? So say you sub to the Patreon tonight on September 2nd. So for the next 4 Mondays in a row, you would have access to the Music Mondays Fast Pass, and we play all of our Patreon submissions first before the rest of the communities. So again, definitely go check out the Patreon if that's something you're interested in. Huge shout out to all of our Patrons right now. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But outside of that, that's pretty much all the major stuff. Submissions do close before the show starts, right? So again, submissions open every single Tuesday following the live show, and they do close about a couple hours before the show starts, just so we can get a head count and kind of understand what our show is about to look like for the night, right? And of course, we do like to keep the show free flow. So when we get these late submissions that kind of come through and they mess up the order, and then people watch the show back and they're like, damn, that dude submitted late, I was up next kind of thing, you know what I mean? So we just like to close off submissions as soon as the show goes live. So again, a good rule of thumb is to just get your submissions in before the show goes live, realistically, right? But again, you do have a good 7 days to submit, right? Because again, if you're watching the show here live tonight, submissions will be open for episode 190 tomorrow. So again, you have a good 6 or so days to get your submissions in. So you could literally cook up a song from scratch and actually get it in before before next week's show. But that's about it, my friends. That's pretty much everything you do need to know about the Music Mondays podcast. But if you are interested in anything else about the show, we do have a how-to guide on our YouTube channel, how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast, kind of the lore behind the show, why we take submissions on Twitter, things like that. I kind of dive into it a little bit more deeper for anybody that's interested. So that's available on our channel right now as well. Go show that some love. But let's get into it, man. Let's see how many Patrons we have for tonight, and then we're going to hop into our community submissions. So, boom, 1, we got the homie Jordan. Fantastic. I don't see anybody right. Brago Raps does not follow Music Mondays. Shake my head. Okay, yeah, so we have 1 Patreon for the night, and then we're going to hop into the rest of our community submissions. Excellent. All right, I'm down. So, first submission of the night, Patreon of the night, the homie Jordan. A extremely talented, multi-genre, multi-talented producer, artist, etc. This is an individual that's had a really solid 2024, if I do say so myself. Back-to-back projects, a lot of great collabs, just stuff that's really upgraded their sound, and it's just been a fantastic road to kind of watch. But this week they submitted a track titled Control, and I believe it's from their new project coming out very, very soon. So hold on, let's pop this open a new tab. Let's see what we got. Okay. I already love this cover. This cover is actually going to be fucking nuts. Prod Jordan, Act Natural album in September. Not the final cover art, but CDs will be available. I love that. Not the final cover art, but CDs will be available. Excellent. Excellent. I love that promo. I do like that cover though for some B-side shit or something. Even if it wasn't the final cover, that could be sick for a part 2 or some shit. I don't know, but I do like it. All right, let's get into it. Jordan Control, Prod Jordan. Wow. Wow. I was not expecting that.
Make room for me right now, I'm spinning out control. I was holding on to something real, but I let go. I was hiding in the darkness, made it hard to grow. I'm still trying, went the farthest I could down that road. With what's behind me, had to find a way, I feel it close. I've been on my way to find a place where no one goes. I've been slightly stuck in place, creative comatose. Lost myself in space, but I still think I might be close. I was really close, I'm feeling like no one knows. Looking for a way to get through before the door had closed. There's something crazy, so amazing, yet irrelevant inside the very thing that provides me my intelligence. It isn't quite success yet, but by now, hope you're smelling this. Isn't my success, this is ours, we went through hell for this.
Oh my. Wait, the structure is crazy. What? Wow. What a great outro too. Okay, so the structure here was fucking nuts. Like this felt like it was a really like I almost saw the vision there. Like I just love how like the hook is just something, it's something entirely different mood wise, right? And then like the verse is almost like it's almost much more serious. It gives like a wild kind of ride emotionally. So that's why the structure of the whole track is like really nuts, like really nuts. I like that a lot. So let's break it down. Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of Control. So, um, I mean, the instrumental's great. Like like me personally, like bias definitely for sure. I love instrumentals like this, just because like the acoustic, like alt rock, like alt hip hop kind of feel to it is like really sick. I've always loved this style. I'm big on it very much. But again, like taking the bias out of it, I think it's great as is. Like mix is fantastic. I like the sound selection. Super like minimalist as well. Like not trying to like go out of your way to make it something that it's not. It's very simple and like very like smooth when it comes to like rhythm and it's just easy to get behind. Um, simplicity is key sometimes. Like I think complex beats are just as cool, but sometimes the simple route is always like super fucking sick when it comes to this style. Um, but yeah, like I said, the mix is great. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Sound selection's awesome. Melody's great. Yeah, man, no gripes. I mean, vocals sit nice as well. Drums cut through nicely. Nothing that I really noticed that was like, kind of off, you know. Um, but yeah, mix is solid. Mix is definitely solid. Instrumental shining star. I really love the melody here. I feel like the guitar is great. Um, but the drums are solid too. But I think one thing absolutely stood out to me, and like I said, it has to be the structure. I love the way the instrumental was structured. I love the way that the vocals kind of like, flex with the mood. So it's totally the structure for me. It made the song so much more engaging. Um, so yeah, structure for the instrumental, 100%. Um, let's talk vocals. So vocal mix, fantastic. Especially for this style though. Jordan's very flexible with their vocals when it comes to whatever styles they want to do, right? But when it comes down to this more like softer acoustic e kind of style with some light drums, um, it mixes well with like a lot of like reverb and like some processing, right? Like I wouldn't say it's like drenched or anything like that, but it has like the proper effects on it as to where like it's making it's enhancing the song, right? I feel like sometimes processing needs to enhance the instrumental and enhance the song, right? Um, and this one's doing just that. It just complements the instrumental so well. It has to work in tangent, and I think it is here for sure. So I'm big on the vocal mix. And again, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Levels were solid, kind of a nice middle ground. Nothing that I thought was like too out of line, you know. Definitely a solid vocal mix. I mean, not really surprised with Jordan. Especially in 2024, as of the last like 9 months, literally they've had a really solid vocal mix. Um, so yeah, not really a shocker to me, but something you always want to point out for anybody new, right? Um, hmm. Vocal shining star. You know, the writing was really solid though. Like as much as I do love the structure, I feel like the writing was really solid. Like there were some bars in here. There was a lot of like clever lines. There was a lot of like honest lines as well. Um, hmm. You know, I am kind of torn between writing and structure a little bit. Flow and cadence and delivery was up there too though, because like the hook was like very very comforting. Um, hmm. You know, I kind of want to say writing. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to say writing. Feel like writing is something you could go back to this song for and really like have some lines hit home at like different times or like depending on the day of what you're feeling, you know? So for me, I think we're gonna go with writing here. I like writing a lot. So instrumental solid, definitely a structure, vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Um Aesthetics. Okay, so temporary cover, right? Not a big deal, but I do like this cover a lot. It has that like early 2000s like band kind of feel to it, right? With like the demo disc and the grass on the field, you know, and you like play it in your CD player in your backyard and like that kind of feel to it. Um I do like it a lot. I do like it a lot, but it's also cool for like a temp cover as well. Um so aesthetics definitely on point, especially for just like a quick little demo. Um Overall theme. You know, this one's kind of interesting when it comes to theme because you know, control is a very funny thing in life. And, you know, there's very little in this world that we have control over besides ourselves, right? So I do feel like Jordan is really tapping into that feeling of like taking control of the one thing that you do have control over, which is yourself. You know what I mean? I really think that there's a lot of lines in here that are honest, but a lot of like serious lines in the aspect of like when you do gain control of yourself, whether it is emotionally, physically, mentally in general, you know, taking control is a very liberating kind of feeling. It's a very like it's a very interesting kind of feeling because it's also very scary at the same time. Because sometimes taking control of like your life or other aspects is like, you know, sometimes you have to sacrifice other shit to do that, you know, and sometimes you have to go different routes and roads that you may not be comfortable going down, but you do have to do it to like take control of your life, right? Or of yourself or of certain things, right? So I do feel like there was some kind of like light meaning around that. And Jordan's always very like honest within their music. So this is one that I definitely related to. And just something that I think a lot of not only other artists, but I think human beings in general could relate to shit like this. I think like topics like this are important, but you don't have to go like super in depth with it. I do feel like Jordan did still have fun with it when it like when it comes down to like the rhymes and like a lot of the like lighter parts of this. But yeah, very interesting topic. A very interesting topic. And again, a very like well thought out topic. But it's like again, it's what music is for. It's to be able to get you know your feelings out in a nice and uh healthy kind of copacetic way, you know. That's really what music is for, right? So, well done, my friends. Well done. That was great. This project is gonna be fucking crazy. I cannot wait. Damn. Damn. Huge shout out to Jordan. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. Make sure you go follow Jordan on SoundCloud, damn it. There's 3 followers away from 80, so go show him some love over there. And of course, make sure you follow Jordan on Twitter. They are 2 followers away from 510, so make sure you go show him some love in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is available on the channel. So go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty, my friends. That does it for the Patreons for the night. So huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays Patreons. Huge shout out to Jordan. Huge shout out to King Mark, Ryuki, Dry My Eyes, Kruker, and all of our Music Mondays Patreons. Even if you're just following the Patreon, you are absolutely fantastic. So thank you. But let's see here. All right. So going back up to the top. So now that Patreons are done, we're gonna go from top to bottom and just kind of go down the lineup. So, let's see here. All right, so we got Black Silk back again. All right, so they submitted a track last week for the first time, and it was quite the lineup, man. It was quite the fucking lineup. But a very, very talented hip-hop artist, Black Silk, submitted a track titled Narco Facility. Hey, it's us again. Thank you for your time. Of course, let's get it. We are definitely down 2 weeks in a row. I'm with it. All right, so Black Silk, Narco Facility. Let's go. Oh, shit, 5 minutes? All right. So we got Saucy In, and we got Mac Montana, Black Silk, and Gustavo Lewis. All right, so I think that's like the same lineup as last week. So this will be, pretty sick to kind of like go back to back and see what else this crew can do, man. I'm down. Let's get into it. Black Silk with Saucy In and crew, Narco Facility.
Tuned in to Narco Radio.
Porsche, interior, mahogany sport. Narcos be the best team. Meet us down at the courts, we ballin'. But your pussy ass team be stallin'. They don't know we be stalking. Hit you with the locking. Welcome to the facility. I put you in the parking. 357, big dog barking. Give you the static shock, that mean the gun sparking. We be the narcos, y'all niggas narking. I'm truly the one nigga, that just mean I'm the best. Y'all can put me up on the cross, but I'm him in the flesh. Numero uno, middle fingers up to a puto. Squeeze on a lemon, make your brain jugo. I'm chasing the cheese that go on top the pursuit. Cause I'm on the next level like birria con menudo. I'm Dominican, nigga, fuck what you thinking. I'm all about the paper, nigga, from the Benz to the Lincolns. I swear to God.
That narco shooter's back. On dogs, nigga. Ha! There goes Montana playing with his Mac again. What I spray, have you sing like the opera? It's the narco, baby. Who's gonna stop us? Hollows hit your melon, it'll rompe la cara. Gotta pay the feature price if you fuck with Don Dada.
Oh, okay.
Terrified, you fucking with a monster.
That was tough.
Now when we hop out the Honda, they know Mac Montana gon' spit this shit proper. Surgical on beats like you talking to the doctor. Got the name to Don cause I'm moving like a mobster. Try to run up stupid, your head crack like a lobster. Always with the smoke like I'm chilling with the rosters. All you see is niggas acting silent when I pop up. But fuck that, we be chasing the bands. 4-0 get jiggy like it's ready to dance. These hot shells hit your beans like Goya cans, nigga. On dogs,
That was fire. That was real fire. That tag is sick.
All chips on the table. I'm honest with myself, living this life with many fables. These niggas animals. Only time they've been human was when they were boo-hooing at the cradle. Take a glance at their navel. If that shit looks out of whack, I'ma slap them with some basil garlic round my neck to protect me from the able. Now their mission is disabled. Better stop watching me on some cable. I could get you moved on some cable. You're a whole bunch of ass, dickhead, some anal. Now here comes the cards placed on a glass table. Wrestling with my cup of brown, call that shit sables. Luck never gives, it will only lend, so I'll never pretend when my life is in shambles. Grabbing his testes by a heavy handful. It's all about the thrill of the risk. I'm down for the anthem.
Late night cooking.
Damn.
Kids was cooking.
That was fucking crazy.
Late night cooking. Kids was cooking. Man, me shut up, yo. She's getting indicted. Shit, yo. Well, shh. It's the what? Narco facility. And I'ma burn this shit down to my best of my ability. You niggas ain't fucking with me. And please don't talk about no cocaine if you ain't never touch a key. I take this shit right here personally. So much weed in here, nigga. It look like a dispensary. Dealing with plants just like a nursery. Better yet, dealing with these babies like a nursery. Daycare, cocaine white like Ric Flair hair. Gustavo, better known as Mr. Wonderful. In my hoodie squared circle. Gallery department, high waters on just like I'm Urkel. Stay at this kitchen, nigga, I heard you. And I was selling crack with an ankle monitor on, you know, way past my curfew. And I'ma give you this raw shit to the best of my ability. You know, it's narco facility. To the death of me. Niggas ain't fucking with me.
Wow. That was crazy. That was really, really fucking crazy. Okay, so this one had like such a, like a similar, but kind of like a different vibe. I wouldn't say like super different. It was definitely similar, right? But something about this one when it comes down to like I don't know, something in the writing, I guess. Like either the writing or like just like the cadence and delivery. Okay, so this one was from 3 weeks ago, and this one is from 3 days ago. So this one's definitely the more recent one, obviously, right? But man, this one had like such a different flavor to it, but the style is very consistent, which is sick. But all right, let's break it down. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So, um, all right. We're gonna talk about three things per usual. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of Narco Facility. Very much kind of like a cipher freestyle vibe again, but not really. They all really did their thing here. You know, like if anything, I guess kind of like a cipher kind of vibe, but you know, up for debate, right? But regardless, I feel like everybody did such a really, really like awesome job with writing on this. Like it was really fucking sick. Um, so let's talk about the instrumental first. Let's get into it. Instrumental choice is pretty solid, especially for like what they were going for, right? Like this kind of like cipher, you know, longer kind of track vibe, right? You know, verse after verse after verse. I think the choice was like really solid for that kind of style. So off rip, I kind of knew it was gonna bang. But as far as the mix goes, the mix is great. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Drums are solid. Sound selection is solid. Melody is very prominent in this one. I feel like the melody is like super, super fucking prominent. You know, other than that, I mean, drums cut through nicely, vocals sit nice. Nothing that I would really change about this mix when it comes down to the instrumental. Nothing like super out of whack or anything like that, you know? Um, so instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Hmm. I mean, I really do feel like the melody is like super fucking prominent here. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the drums are kind of up there, but the melody has this like evil kind of tone to it that's like very catchy and memorable, you know what I mean? It's very, very catchy. Um, so yeah. I kind of want to go with melody. I kind of want to go with melody, man. Drums are a close second, but definitely the melody. I feel like the melody is one of those ones that you like. You literally just like play 2 seconds of and you instantly remember it for sure. It's just got that kind of impact to it. Um, so definitely melody for sure. Um, let's talk. Um, so instrumental shining star, definitely the melody. Let's talk about the vocals. The vocals here are really, really crazy, much like the last track. Again, Everybody's mix and like how everything transitioned was like super fucking flawless. Like everything transitions really, really nicely. So I really have zero gripes with this vocal mix. Everybody's voice is very much like raw and natural, right? They're definitely going for that classical hip hop approach that like really kind of like lets their voice do the talking, right? And I feel like everybody does a really good job with that. Minimal post processing, just a lot of cleanup and make sure everybody sounds crisp, clear, a little reverb here or there. Something should just kind of like spice it up, right? But minimal post processing and I feel like the way everybody's verses transition into each other are just super fucking solid. Again, this is a crew that really like works well together. It's like really insane. Like you don't see a lot of artists that like can work this well consistently. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Especially now, right? Um but yeah, I would say the mix is fantastic for everybody. I definitely have no gripes for any of the verses here at all. Again, um just really really crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Everything's nice and medium. Nothing really like going overboard. Yeah, man. Definitely no gripes with the vocal mix again. That's really solid. Like another crisp vocal mix from this crew. I like that. Um Vocal shining star. It's got to be writing this time. I feel like everybody's verses was fucking crazy. But then again, flow and cadence and delivery was also really solid. Really really solid for everybody. Um hmm. You know, writing was just simply entertaining, man. Like we definitely got to go with writing. It was just too entertaining to not like pay attention to. It was just so entertaining. So definitely writing. But Flowing Cadence and Delivery is a super solid close second. Um, all right. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics are absolutely fucking crazy. I love this cover. I feel like this cover is like like some independent like dark comic shit, but the art is so nice. Like whoever did this cover did a really good fucking job. This is a really really solid cover. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Like this is a really good fucking cover. Because you have like the facility in the background, four artists on the front, really fucking solid. Like I like this one a lot, man. I really do. This one definitely like goes above and beyond. For sure goes above and beyond. Fantastic first single, right? I feel like very attractive. It's very very attractive. Um, okay, so aesthetics definitely on point. Hmm. Overall theme. I mean, narco facility, right? I do feel like they like dipped lightly into like the narco kind of bars and writing, but at the same time, this did feel like a very much team kind of song, right? So as you notice on the cover, they have the narco all on the front of their chest, which I think is really sick. And this song kind of it gives that like team kind of vibe, it totally like brings that out. So I do feel like they kind of nailed it when it comes to like narco facility and like how they like hand each other each verse, and it just felt like a very much team track. But then again, this is one where you totally want to run back for the writing and lyricism and kind of pick up on some bars that you might have missed on the first time. You know what I mean? This is definitely one where you got to appreciate the writing, 100%. But with that said, huge shout out to Black Silk and Saucian. Thank you so much for the submission. Make sure you go sub to Saucian, man. They are 8 subs away from 110. So go show them some love over there on YouTube. And of course, make sure you follow Black Silk on Twitter. They are approaching 2.4K on the Bird app. So go show them some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We're literally 3 away. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz or Rooney. Much, much love, my friends. All right. So, let's get into it. All right, up next, we got the homie on Wuka, a super, super talented hip hop artist. Has been just nailing the submissions back to back, man. Perfect singles. We've been going through some of their older music, some of their more recent lyric videos and AMVs. Just so much really cool shit, man. But this week they submitted God of Mischief. God of Mischief, Loki, I was actually wrote this in 2015, recorded it in like 21, and put it on a Crowdwood Classics. Punchline heavy track, correlating myself to Loki. Funniest thing is how people use it on Reels because a bunch of pets are named Loki. Oh, okay. So it's got the audio popularity on the short form content. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we've heard a couple from Kronwuka Classics. Let's just go take the track list real quick and see what we got here. So we've definitely listened to the intro. Forget what other ones we've ran through, but we definitely did the intro. But this week we're definitely doing God of Mischief. I'm down. Okay, well, let's get into it. On Wuka, God of Mischief, let's go.
Yeah, we got ourselves another Karanwuka classic. You know how OB, you know how
Karanwuka
OB, I'm always
Classic.
kicking it so low key. I'm a god of mischief like a low key. So what brought you down to kick it on the low key? I'm grinding until I become a future OG. Yeah, I'm light skinned, but I don't know the hokey pokey. Nope, I'm a god of mischief like a low key. So what brought you down to kick it on the low key? I'm grinding until I become a future OG. Yeah, I'm light skinned, but I don't know the hokey pokey. This cat trying to eat like Garfield, but yo, these dogs be annoying me like that OD.
Oh,
I'm not
shit.
gonna say a lame line behind my verse will make you OD. But when it comes to OD, I'm Wuka's dope like triple it, then double like Brody. See me in my car chilled out by that time Apollo is slowly banging. I'm to the cop but never stopping, lyrically a war machine. You can call me Rody. Goddamn baller, you're worried about how your Kermits might have Brody. Had her screaming like Broly. But that's all in the past, and your therapist tell you should've moved on home. Me can tell you very pissed, but I'm a moving on the grooves the song. This person's in the house like Cody. I've got to announce my stats on max, they say I'm OP. When I smash the track, you can hear the beat moaning from my bone and mean. And matter of fact, I might
Oh,
snack all
shit.
your snacks just like I'm a yogi. And you gon' fall for it again. I told your brother I'm not your friend. I'm a Nigerian low-key. I'm a god of mischief like a low-key. So what brought you down to kick it on the low-key? I'm grinding until I become a future OG. Yeah, I'm light-skinned, but I don't know the hokey pokey. They call me Poseidon, the master, how the flows be. I stay doper than the 2000 OZs. Let's get it cracking, similar to when you dropping OE. Wasn't really trying to mac or get what up, but you're sitting here telling me my face is cute, but my eyes are lonely. I'm sorry, madam, but you're probably looking for your one and only. When I'm the type to pull a Danny Phantom when you're getting mad, and I'm going to go see you later, cause a player can't baby I foster you like Jody. Watch me blaze the burst with amazing
Foster you
words.
like
Just
Jody?
so
What?
holy. So watch me go in again and again like you're a pitiful goalie. That's no D, so typical, but I'm spitting blows that beat, sticking with your thick and now, but that's obese. Why are you sitting over there tripping on some old beef when you could be like me and just emojis? They wanna know what's my motif. When I'm rapping, I spit some magic, then I stab you like a low-key. You know that cut's gonna go deep, and when you watch that whole bleed, you can lyrically watch it so leap, cause you know I'm that Nigerian low-key. I'm a god of mischief like a low-key. So what brought you down to kick it on the low-key? I'm grinding until I become a future OG. Yeah, I'm light-skinned, but I don't know the hokey pokey. No, I'm a god of mischief like a low-key. So what brought you down to kick it on the low-key? I'm grinding until I become a future OG. Yeah, I'm light-skinned, but I don't know the hokey pokey.
Okay. So this was crazy for a couple of reasons, right? Writing was fucking nuts on this. Flow and cadence was definitely nuts on this. Man. This was like, it's got to be one of the ones that like shines on this project. I could see why a lot of people use the audio for it. I could see why. It's got that like it's got that palette to it for some reason. It's very palatable and like it's easy to get behind, you know? Let's break it down, let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So let's talk instrumental. Instrumental mix. I mean, fantastic. This is kind of like one of the more laid back types for Onwuka. Usually they can take on pretty much any kind of instrumental, but this one in itself, um, kind of a more chill, um, somewhat boom bap kind of effect, but not really. It's leaning towards like alt hip hop, but regardless, I really like the choice, and it kind of has this like happy upbeat kind of feel to it, which is so interesting. Um, but again, the mix is solid, nothing clashing too overbearing. Um, Sound selection solid for the drums, melody's great. Nothing that really like struck me as off, to be honest with you. Not really a surprise though. I mean, pretty much everything that Onwuka has sent in has always had like a really solid mix. Um, again, not really shocker, but something I always want to point out for anybody new here, right? Um, so instrumental mix very solid. Instrumental Shining Star. Um, hmm. I do feel like the melody is very rememberable here, but hmm, the drums are up there too. Drums are definitely up there too. Probably the melody though. I feel like the melody, it like the mel's just kind of like it has this upbeat kind of flavor to it, which kind of like adds on to this like God of Mischief kind of feel. It's kind of bringing it in like a different direction. Um, Almost trolly, but not really trolly, right? It has like a very like epic kind of feel, I guess is the word I want to use, or like it has like good energy, but it's big energy. You know what I mean? It's very almost theatrical, I guess you could say as well. Um, so for me, definitely the melody, 100%. Um, okay, let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Again, kind of like the instrumental, Anuka has this like really solid natural voice when it comes to hip hop and rap, and like the way that they utilize it is super super solid. So you don't really need much post processing, right? Just a little bit of cleanup, maybe a little reverb here or there, and just making sure it sounds sharp, right? Crisp, clean, clear. Again, straight to the point. So I do feel like the vocal mix is very solid, especially for a track like this. Vocals definitely sat nice as well. Drums cut through nicely. Nothing that I would ultimately change here when it comes down to this track at all, to be honest with you. I think the mix is super, super solid. But again, not really a shocker, but something I always want to point out for anybody new and hasn't heard Onwuka. But, vocal Shining Star. For me, it's got to be writing. Writing clearly, like 100%. Like the hook is a close second, but the writing for some of these bars, I had to do a double take a couple of times. I was like, damn, Onwuka wrote the fuck out of this. This was crazy. So for me, writing 100% for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. I've spoke a little bit about this one, but not much. Not much. I mean, again, when it comes to like a full project, I love this. I love this cover. I love this cover. For Onwuka Classics in the top right, Onwuka at the bottom, and it just kind of has this like almost like realistic cartoon kind of feel to it, but it's a classic at the same time. I don't know. It's a weird like the combo feel this is giving off. Like it has a very specific feel to it. It really really does. Um, but definitely project worthy though. You know what I mean? Like definitely project worthy. Like simple but straight to the point. I like it a lot. Now, overall theme, God of Mischief. I mean, pretty much the description here was like very 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 solid. I mean, God of Mischief Loki. I actually wrote this in 2015, recorded in like 2021, put it on Chronowick Classics. Punchline heavy track, correlating myself Loki. Funniest thing is how people use it on reels because a bunch of yeah, right. So yeah, I feel like Onwuka definitely kind of broke it down for us like really well right there. I won't even bother, because I feel like Onwuka definitely has the vision. I mean, that's kind of like what I got from it as well. You know what I mean? It was so punchline heavy, and that's why I said writing was the shining star here, just because I was like, there's a couple of lines there, especially like that Jodie Foster line. I was like, oh shit, and just punchline heavy, fun, but like serious lines, but also still very structured with the hook, you know? So I thought it was really well done. Really well done. With that said, huge shout out to Onwuka. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Onwuka on Twitter. They're 9 followers away from 780, so go show them some love. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Make sure you go subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazz over there. So make sure you go sub to the channel and show these artists some love. And if you already have, thank you for showing Music Mondays some love, my friends. Let's get it. Oh, shit. All right. So we left off with the homie Onwuka. Let's go, man. Up next, we got the homie Saint Wave. It's been a while since we heard from Saint Wave, man. A very, very talented hip-hop artist Saint Wave is. They submitted a track titled Bandwidth. Rollout mode with a brand new drop. Let's fucking get it, Saint Wave. It's been a while, man. It's been a while since we heard from them, so I'm definitely excited to see what they have cooking for us. Let's get into it. All right. So, I'm pretty sure it's out now. So let's go pop open that Spotify link here. All right. Let's get in. I'm down. And like I said, Saint Wave, a super talented hip hop artist. It's been a while since we've actually heard much from them. But man, they are definitely a Music Mondays veteran, that's for sure. But again, let's get into it. Saint Wave, Bandwidth, let's go.
Dollars with everyone I came with. Anxious, baby, I took a chance, I got the bandwidth. Making dollars make me wanna change shit. One hell of a time on the web with the bandwidth. I gotta watch with who I bang with, connected and low key like a bandit.
Wow.
Way too many worry about how they man live, they just take advantage. I rip them off like bandits. A couple dollars in the hole, haze ain't empty though. I'm making something out of nothing.
What the
like
fuck?
I'm past due on student loans, the world so cutthroat. That's what they scared for, that's what they beg for. Growing up too fast, but age is slow-mo. Can't forget from where we came, that's what the bros for. Forgetting your way, that be your downfall. And that alcohol can turn you to an asshole. You see you living on socials, be careful what you ask for. They can do what they want, but watch what they stand for. The clout come with a cost, what you willing to pay for it. They shameless for paper, these images ain't true.
No way.
To the vibe, my frequency shines light. That demon just
What the
can't
fuck?
fight. And even when I'm astray, I count my blessings and hang tight. I want the world to shit you can't buy. Dollars with everyone I came with. Anxious, baby, I took a chance, I got the bandwidth. Making dollars make me wanna change shit. One hell of a time on the web with the bandwidth.
The ad-libs are crazy.
Bandwidth connected and low key like a bandit. Way too many worry about how they man live, they just take advantage. I rip them off like bandits. I woke up on the right side of the bed this morning, hungry, and I woke up hella confident. They fed up with me, say I'm switching up like Bumblebee, I'm transforming. I got some brand new garments, and they nice, so I gotta watch who I'm courting. Now where you going, baby, stop it. A 9-5 for $1, I'ma get it while I'm yawning. Now every day I wake up, I been to see your way out. I know you restless trying to find your way. Don't play it safe.
Drums are nuts.
Get with the faith and feel your intuition. Take a chance to pay the feds. They told me I couldn't make it, but the grand don't make me lit. And time keep ticking, they posting the same shit. Do what you do and get it how you live. Cause nothing judge you better than niggas you still with. Dollars with
Wow.
everyone I came with. Anxious, baby, I took a chance, I got the bandwidth. Making dollars make me wanna change shit. One hell of a time on the web with the bandwidth. I gotta watch with who I bang with, connected and low key like a bandit. Way too many worry about how they man live, they just take advantage. I rip them off like bandits.
What the fuck? Wow. That was nuts. That was like so not what I was expecting. That was crazy. So that dropped on August 28th. Brand spanking new, man. Brand spanking new. Wow. Such like a not even really like a dip in style, I would say. I mean, because we've seen Satewave do a lot of different genres, right? Especially like alt pop, alt rock, alt hip hop. Like we've definitely seen them bounce around, right? So it wasn't really like a super surprise to kind of see them dive into this style, but to do it this well on, you know, a track like this is like it's impressive. You know, it really is impressive. Because it sounds gritty, but it still has that like nice hip hop crisp feel to it. Um, it's actually a really nice blend of both styles. You know, it really is. It really fucking is. Um, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We'll talk about the overall theme of this track. So, you know, the instrumental, man, is just kind of like I said on the first submission of the night. Like I'm so biased towards these instrumentals because I love this like blend of like alt rock and like alt hip hop, and they just come together like with these hard ass drums and these crazy melodies, and like sometimes they're acoustic, sometimes they're electric, sometimes they're just taking a different route, and I'm big on those beats, man. But like bias aside, I do like the choice though, because it's very dark, very like I don't want to say sad, but it's a very dreary, eerie kind of energy. But I do like the choice. Choice is great. Um, and the mix is just fucking fantastic. You know, I definitely have no gripes with the mix at all. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that I would ultimately change about this at all. Um, especially when you consider the melody and the drums. Like the sound selection was just really just on point. You know, I don't think you could have picked any better drums. Melody was fantastic. Vocals sat nice. Drums cut through nicely. Other than that, I would have changed it all here. Definitely not. Instrumental Shining Star. This one's gonna be tough. This one's gonna be tough because like the drums are fucking solid here. The drums are real solid here. Like but the melody is like come on. Damn. Damn, it's so hard to say one's better, but like I mean the drums are so gritty here though. The drums are so gritty here, and like the structure's pretty underrated too. Um hmm. You know, probably the drums. Probably the drums. I mean, keeping up the rhythm, the sound selection with how gritty they are. I mean, we got to go drums, man. Drums are solid, but the melody and structure are very close second for sure. Let's talk vocals. So, vocal mix is very interesting, right? Because I wouldn't call it like a very much like a processed kind of vocal style here. It's definitely still very much like a cleaner sounding hip hop style, and then like the backing vocals and the ad libs are just fucking so well done. Um, the overall vocal mix though is really great because it's just really bringing out Saint Wave's natural rap voice, right? So I really feel like taking the vocals in this kind of direction was a solid idea. You know what I mean? It kind of gave her like a good blend of like raw hip hop and like raw like alt rock kind of style. So I feel like that was like really fucking sick. You know, like really well done. Um, so for me, definitely no gripes with the vocal mix, at all. Definitely not. Um, the vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. Hmm. Um. Huh. You know, I really love everything about the vocals. I mean, the hook, the writing, the flow and cadence and delivery was crazy. Um, you know, for me, damn, this one's really tough because the track as a whole is really like well put together. So it's kind of hard to say what shines, but um, 'cause the writing's really solid here, but I think the flow and cadence and delivery might take it for me just because it was like not only putting a lot more emphasis on the writing, but it was just a real like rhythmic kind of feel. Like the flow and cadence was just really knocked out of the park on this one. Um, so for me, flow and cadence and delivery, 100%, especially the delivery as well. That was sick. But all right. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums, vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics. I love this cover. I love Saint Wave's minimalist aesthetic sometimes. We've definitely seen some more like uh more abstract covers, but the like minimal kind of vibe going on here is always like really fucking sick. Like I just love this like Y2K s kind of feel, cuz like it has like a Y2K like font feel, but it also has that like bandwidth, slow internet feel to it. Like it's very hard to describe, but for me I'm like that's what I'm getting from this. And I like it a lot because again, like outside of all that, I feel like the minimalist kind of vibe here does really well. It does really really well. Um so aesthetics definitely on point. You know, it's giving that like Y2K kind of feel, and I like it a lot for sure. Especially for a single, right? I feel like for a single, it's like really nice. You know. Um. Okay, so aesthetics on points. Hmm. Overall theme. So bandwidth was a funny song title for this because like for me as a listener, right? I mean, when it comes to bandwidth and like energy and like imagining like bandwidth from like a computer, but it's like what you would call your energy in life, right? And you only have like so much bandwidth to kind of deal with X, Y, or Z, right? You only have so much bandwidth to kind of deal with family stuff, job stuff, art stuff, music stuff, people stuff, relationship stuff. You know what I mean? Until you hit that like 100% bandwidth, and when you hit all your bandwidth, your computer shits out and therefore your mental shits out, right? But there was a lot that Saint Wave talked about here that I feel like is deeper than bandwidth, you know what I mean? It definitely touches on quite a few things here. Even just trusting people to just cloud chasing to a lot of things. But I do feel like this is the kind of track that like Saint Wave used to get a lot of their like thoughts out when it comes down to their frustrations in life and in general and their personal life and things like that. And again, that's really what music is for. Because you can put it in a way that nobody else can, and they're your feelings. You know what I mean? So you have to put them on paper and actually perform them to like for them to not only like be spoken right and be like put out into the world, but at the same time now it's archived forever. Now you remember what you feel like when you talk about these kinds of things, or where you're at when you make these kinds of tracks or do this kind of art, right? So I feel like tracks like these are like super powerful because they're not only fun, but you're kind of getting like a lot off your chest at the same time. So it's just wicked sick, wicked sick. But with that said, huge shout out to Saint Wave. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Saint Wave on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are approaching 1.1K on the Bird app, so go show them some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it, my friends. Holy mackerel, that was a crazy ass submission. That was definitely crazy, I won't lie to you. That was definitely cooked. Alright. Let's continue. Okay, so we left off with the homie Saint Wave. Up next is the homie Offspring Mysterious. Now, many of you know Offspring Mysterious as a multi-talented creator. Definitely Music Money's veteran, a very, very talented producer, editor, writer, designer, you name it, they can do it all. This week they submitted a YouTube upload titled Majestic Blackout. Caption is Lights Out. Let's get into it. I am down. Wait, so we'll give this a quick pause. We need to give this a quick restart here. Hold on. Alright, so let's go 720. Let's go full screen. Let's get into it. Offspring Mysterious Majestic Blackout. I already love this intro. This is nuts. Oh shit. Good transition there. I like the use of the glitch. The glitch is a good touch. Oh shit. W outro. Okay. Okay, I see the vision here. I see the vision here. I get it. Alright. Alright. I see you, Offspring. So this is a more like more like long form visual, right? But at the same time, there was a lot of thought that was put into this. I like that a lot. Okay, let's check the description. Of course, per usual, a wonderful backstory here. Songs are Shattered Bright and New Dawn. Very, very interesting. Okay, so it's the same track, actually. Okay, we love that. So Offspring kind of did one for... Oh, okay. So kind of back to the vision that we were talking about a couple weeks ago for Offspring. It's kind of really doubling up as a visual, but also adding to the Walking Onslaught's lore. You know what I mean? I do feel like it's adding up, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? You're like, fuck me. And Offspring was kind of really getting onto something special, and they're really starting to double up on it now, because now these double up as visuals as well, right? But I think the one that shines here the most, and the part that shines the most really, is the use of different effects. Now Offspring's kind of diving into different styles of editing, right? So using this glitch effect here, right? And then the intro also is like a nice touch, right? This dropped about a month ago, so still super, super new. And that's exactly what happened. They kind of been going into a different direction editing wise, but also concept wise. And that's what I think really shines about these. But this one in particular, I'd say the shining star is definitely the different effects that were used here. I feel like a lot of the transitions and a lot of these smaller, like glitchy, kind of like numbersy, blackout-esque kind of feel to it. Like it really does feel like a glitch. You know what I mean? So I feel like Offspring did a good job kind of like executing their creative vision like that. You know, I feel like this is a great concept, like a really, really solid concept. But also like super simple. You know what I mean? They didn't really have to go like super out of the way for this, you know. And then of course, just most of the muscle here is like really editing, you know. So well done, my friend. Well done. So with that said, huge shout out to Offspring of Sirius. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They are 8 subs away from 230. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are 5 followers away from 920. So go show them some love there in the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a lot of good jazz over there. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love and love, baby. Let's get it. All right, my friends. You guys know the drill. It's about halfway through the show. So I'm going to need all of you to go take a quick bathroom break. Go get a smoke. Go get a drink. Go get a snack. Maybe go walk the dog. But make sure you bring us with you. And of course, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And Music Mondays episode 189 will be right back. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live with the Music Mondays podcast, episode 189. I hope your break as well. Hope you're chilling, but I'm now back into some submissions. So let's get into it. So, we left off with the homie Offspring Mysterious, but up next would be the homie Jordan. But Jordan is also a Music Mondays Patreon, so we reacted to Jordan way earlier in the show and showed them some love. So make sure you go check out that reaction and review and go show Jordan some love. All right, so after Jordan, up next is October, aka Ain't That October. I believe this is the first time submitting artist. This is kind of crazy. 14 followers, okay. No bio. All right, I'm down. And we got 2 submissions. All right, so we'll go with the SoundCloud one, and that one is not there, so we'll go with the YouTube. All right. Oh, so this is, interesting. So, Shop IJ, let's talk about Heaven. So, I'm confused. Are they submitting or... What was the SoundCloud URL then? No, we turned away back for lack of funds. Okay. 4 videos. Interesting. Alright. Well, let's just go with the first track then. Hold up, wait, this shit starts off hot. Okay, so this is from So Let's Talk About Heaven. I don't know if Shot by Jay is this person or they're just submitting for them. It could go either way. Edited by Jordan Dixon. Channel Shot by Jay. Find your song, click the link below. Let's open the link below. Okay, so I assume they were just submitting for them here on SoundCloud, I assume. If I had to guess. But their SoundCloud track that they did submit, didn't have a proper link. So, alright. Let's go with this one then and let's see. Alright, Shot by Jay. So let's talk about Heaven with Sosa Visualizer. Starts off kind of hot. Let's get into it. Holy shit.
She wanna go out, but I'm with Sosa. She said she love me, but she loves Sosa. I'm a pill in the park, so this bitch so what? Bitch so bright that she in the toaster. I can tell you it's that without saying no words. Get on that shit when I swing around the bird. You cooking some shit, it say do not disturb. I'm in love with a bitch, that bitch just let me hurt. I bust on a bitch and I'm not just like her. Every time I check on my phone, it's a bad bitch. Do that shit again and again, it's a habit. Angel on my shoulder, I'm laughing. I do not curse, I just say they nabbit. Me and my devils, we rapping. That boy so simple, he said call me rabbit. I like my bitches on natural, she calling me a landscaper. I blow down the forest, the greenery, just added a flavor. I stick my dick in the gap in her teeth like her name Tomater. I'm an escapist, I'ma crack that bitch and escape her, bruh. I roll on you losers, bruh. Like LeBron James on the Lakers, bruh. I'm stable, on a versatile. 7 out here looking for the beans. Yeah, that girl is a fiend. You know I don't gotta plan. Do what I want cause I can. Niggas be gossiping. Got a big man like you can. Long way. Do it again and again. Run to the catch and sprint. Take back the catch that I spin. I stay in the sky Superman. They wear the sky like Clark Kent. Niggas despise where I am. I don't give a damn. It's not like the sun how it went. That bitch bad and she for real. She summoning all these demons inside of my head. Confident, I'm gonna make it grand. Country band, it's all in my hand. Don't make bands throughout my lifespan. All in sound, not obedient. Dominate them like it's medians. Shot locked in with all new friends. Shape shifting, every day different. Sorcerer like Maleficent. We going in, I'm flying. Pressure on them, baby's flying. I am nothing, listen to the giant. I got this shit out into a science. Niggas be into that like a siren. Niggas don't be on shit, they be lying. Catch a bad touchdown like football. Buck no, I don't rock no red guns. Get to the top, now this bitch gone. She giving me slap like a leg roller. Clean this shit up like a leg roller. Big head and I'm a big smoker. Bust on this bitch, now this bitch smoker. Kick this bitch out when this bitch woke up. Talk out his mouth, he get poked up. She wanna go out, but I'm with Sosa. She said she love me, but she loves Sosa. I'm a pill in the park, so this bitch so what? Bitch so bright that she in the toaster. I can tell you it's that without saying no words. Get on that shit when I swim
Huh. That could have kept going forever, bro. That literally could have kept going forever. That was crazy as fuck. All right. So technically, this is a first time submission, right? But we have worked with So Let's Talk About Heaven on SoundCloud Sunday before. They have been added to a few of those playlists. So this isn't the first time that I'm experiencing their music personally, but this is definitely the first time we're reacting to it here on the show. So this will be very interesting. But let's get into it. I'm down. We're going to talk about three things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, we're going to talk about the overall theme of Wit Sosa. So, a very solid hook here as well. The instrumental is very insane, like very, very insane. All right. Let's talk instrumental. Instrumental mix. Honestly, solid for what it is, right? I mean, definitely a more like chaotic kind of instrumental. It's definitely pushing a little bit of like a chaotic kind of barrier for sure. But at the end of the day, the mix is definitely there. Nothing clashing super bad, nothing like that overbearing. Vocals definitely sit nice. They definitely come through nicely. Um, Drums are super solid. Drum selection is definitely solid. Um, Overall solid for where it is. You know, definitely no gripes with the mix as far as the instrumental goes. Um, Instrumental Shining Star. The melody is very like very interesting. Very, very interesting. Um, but I would say the drums kind of take a big lead here, especially the 808. I feel like the 808 plays like a really good part here. So for me, definitely the drums for sure. The instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. All right, so a vocal mix. Um, hmm. Realistically, really solid for what kind of style this is, right? This is definitely like pushing a little bit of like a genre breaking style, right? Like you're getting you know, multiple kind of styles in one track, right? The instrumental is taking it in one kind of like dark, almost like somewhat plug, but somewhat like trap kind of direction, right? It's very like alternative style. And when it comes down to the vocals, it's definitely pushing that barrier as well. But as far as like the mix itself goes, the quality's great. The quality's definitely great. It definitely has enough processing on it as to where I feel like a track like this benefits from it. You know what I mean? Like it definitely has that like just grimy kind of style to it, and like the mixing kind of reflects that, but everything's still crisp, clean, very clear. So it's really pushing like a very different direction. You know, it's mixing a lot, and I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Um, but as far as like the vocal mix itself, fantastic. Like I said, nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that I would ultimately change here. Definitely has like a nice middle ground to it. Um, the vocal mix definitely solid. Vocal shining star. Um, you know, writing's up there, but I think the hook is definitely a factor. Um, Especially like every time it wraps back around to the hook, I feel like it just gets better and better. You know, as this song goes on, it has the potential to be like a 10-minute track. I really felt like it was just gonna keep going and going and going because they were fucking spitting here, like absolutely fucking spitting. So it's like holy shit. Um, so yeah, for me, gotta be the hook. Gotta be the fucking hook. Um, the instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk about theme. So we do have a visualizer here, right? But at the end of the day, this is probably, I'm pretty sure this is the cover for that project. So we can pull out the cover like right here. Pretty sure it's a, yeah, so it's a part of this project. I assume, yeah, it is this cover. Okay, they just made a visualizer out of this cover. But yeah, I mean, full project cover here. Super solid, to be honest with you. It has that like I don't want to say like Y2K style, but it has like a early 2000s kind of style, right? With like that SpongeBob on the fucking t-shirt holding the fucking cash kind of photo. Like it has that kind of vibe, but it's much more serious and darker. You know what I mean? Like it's blending a lot, and it definitely feels project worthy. Definitely dark and chaotic, much like a few of these tracks, right? So it's like, okay, like you can definitely see the vision. You know, you can definitely see the vision. Definitely solid for a full project for sure. Overall theme, I definitely wouldn't dig too deep into this. This is definitely one you need to appreciate for its lyrics and writing ability, 100%. Because like the flow and cadence and delivery definitely kept this entertaining, but the writing itself was just punchline and bar after bar after bar. Like it was definitely like throwing a lot at you. So like this one is again one that you have to appreciate for the writing, but you can definitely spin back and appreciate the lyrics, like for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to So Let's Talk About Heaven, Shot by Jay. Make sure you go sub to Shot by Jay's channel. They are now 10 subs away from 120 now that Music Mondays has subbed to them. Make sure you go show them some love. And of course, make sure you follow 8 that October on Twitter. Thank you so much for your submission as well, my friend. They are 6 followers away from 1T. So show them some love. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of jazz over there. Channel, so make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's go. So, we left off with homie 8 that October. Up next is Nick Fail. I don't think, have we reacted to them here on the show? Nick Fail. I think we have, haven't we? Or no, maybe it was SoundCloud Sunday. We did something with Nick, and yeah, I remember it being positive. I definitely remember it being positive. I'm pretty sure. Or synth, dark synth. Yeah, okay. Artist from Milan, Italy. I'm Nick. It always fails. Nick fails. Okay, yeah. I think I do remember them. All right, let me try this one. If you do not accept montage, I'll send the track alone here. Oh no, yeah. Let's go check out what they have, because they had a crazy. They had a crazy submission for SoundCloud Sunday, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, they had made SoundCloud Sunday before, but this is the first time that we get to react to them here on the show. All right, I'm down. I'm definitely down. Okay, so Nick Fail, Bug Stompers, Dark Synth, Cyberpunk, Dark Wave, Montage. I'm definitely down. Lots of love in the comments. Okay. Lots of love in the comments. All right, I'm down. Let's get into it. Nick Fail, Bug Stompers. Let's go.
My mommy always said there were no monsters, no real ones, but there are.
Classic, bro. No shot. This is so hard. What the fuck? This is so nuts. Wow. All right, bro. There's no fucking way, man. Nick Fail, even with a watermark at the end. Goal video. Okay, so this was cooked. This was really, really fucking cooked. Like, ah, what the fuck? Okay, so this was edited by the homie Skull Video, and they did a fucking fantastic job here. Okay, mixed and mastered by the homie. Okay. Damn. All right, so we got a little engineering going on in there as well. Okay. So this is crazy, man. We absolutely have to talk about this. This is nuts. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, or actually no, we're gonna talk about two things because obviously no vocals, right? So we're gonna talk about the instrumental and we're gonna talk about the montage here. This montage, I don't know. Look, we'll talk about it in a second, but man, all right, let's talk instrumental. Let's just talk strictly instrumental. Let's talk mix. Mix is fantastic. Obviously, done by another engineer, right? Obviously outside of Nick Fail, you know, this engineer did a fucking fantastic job mixing this. Like a crazy job. Everything was flawless here. Super crisp, clean, clear. Drums definitely hit appropriately. Sound selection was appropriate. Melodies had their own space. I mean, thinking back on it, man, like no gripes here for me, like at all. This is definitely one where you can just see that it was mixed by somebody who absolutely knows what they're doing when it comes to this kind of sound and what you can do to any mix to really have it be its full potential, right? So no gripes on this mix at all. Perfect actually. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. You know, it's going to be between two things. It's going to be between the melodies, right? The main melody and the counter melody, and the drums. The drums are fucking nuts. Like really nuts. You know, the melodies here really bring this to life because it brings a lot of the movement, but so do the drums. You know, one could argue that the drums are also bringing the movement. But for me, let's go melodies just because it was so like perfect for a movie like this. You know what I mean? It's so fucking futuristic and so dark, you know what I mean? Much like they put in the title, right? Dark wave, kind of like cyberpunk, you know, dark synth kind of deal. So yeah, definitely the melodies here. I feel like the melodies really shined. For sure they shined. So instrumental solid, definitely the melodies. But let's talk about the visual here and this aliens montage. So I feel like this description here is fantastic. Nick Fail said, Bug Stompers is a tribute to aliens from James Cameron and his Colonial Marines characters. Have you ever wondered how a recruiting advertisement from USCM would be? Well, this could be the answer. Every paycheck a fortune, every meal a banquet, every formation a parade. In memory of Carl Weathers, Bill Paxton. Really synthwave hero. Yeah, I agree, man. R.I.P. That's fucking crazy. We have a fan here. We have a genuine fucking fan here, and it's like holy shit. Been a while since I've seen some shit like this. Because usually we have other people do shit that they really enjoy, but you can tell that this one is like very fucking passionate. You know what I mean? Like just the way that this is edited is so well done. And I just love the description here. This was fantastic. Like but let's talk about the visual itself, edited by Skull Video. So, you know, I love the watermarks too. I love the titling. All the watermarks and the title cards were great. But the editing was awesome because it was very simple. You didn't need to do a lot of crazy over the top kind of editing here. And I love the advertisement style, right? I love the quotes in between the clips, and I love the duration of the clips and the quotes. I feel like everything was really finely done. Like not everything is like super long or X, Y, or Z. But a lot of the processing here is very simple, and I feel like that what makes this very magical because the music is really playing the main part here. Because sometimes the edits can really take away from the music, right? Because they're too flashy or X, Y, or Z. This one really keeps the pace, really nice. Like it does feel like an advertisement, right? It makes you pay attention, makes you follow along. So that's what I really love about this. But I think the shining star here for me would be, I don't know if Skull Video is like an Aliens fan as well. I know Nick Fail is, so maybe they told him that this is like a passionate video for them. But this was so well done from like two independent artists that it's just it's fantastic to see, super fantastic to see. It's fun. It's like it has this passion behind it that only true fans of the Alien franchise could really achieve, right? Like this is some shit where like it feels good with the song. You're using the right clips. You're showing off all the particular gear and weapons. You're kind of showing the main parts from Aliens and really like going above and beyond to like um make the best of everything. Like it's not super flashy. It's like really one feeling like an advertisement, but two feeling like a nice montage that like supports a song. You know what I mean? And this was really nice to see. Like really, really nice to see because not a lot of artists like tend to put other passions into their music, right? Which I think more artists need to do. You know what I mean? Like if you're passionate about music, anime, artwork, all other types of stuff. I feel like if you incorporate it into your music and things like that, it turns out so well if you're passionate about it. Like if you truly love something, like in like you want to put them together with your music, it can turn out like this. You know what I mean? And it just becomes so sick. It just becomes so fucking sick. This was eye opening. This was fantastic, and I love this. Well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Nick Fail. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go sub to their channel. They are 3 subs away from 70 now that Music Mondays has subscribed to them. Make sure you go show Nick some love. And of course, make sure you go follow Nick Fail on Twitter. They are 1 follower away from 420 or 11 followers away from 430. So go show them some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel. We upload 2 times per week, Thursday, Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. And we're 3 subs away from 290. So make sure you go show love. Thank you, my friends. We appreciate you here at Mondays. All right. Let's get into it. Up next, we left off with the homie Nick Fail. Up next is the homie Levaries. It's been a while since we heard from Levaries. I think we heard from them relatively earlier in 2024 in this year, but it's definitely been a while. So I'm excited. A super talented hip hop artist, Levaries, submitted Free Verse. Album on the way. Here's the first preview. Let's get it. I'm down. I'm absolutely down. All right, so let's give it a quick pause. Album is 45% done. I can't think of an album title, to be honest. New install into the Free Verse series every week. I'll speak on and preview each song of the album, then music follows. Yeah, okay. So Levaries Leaks is probably they're just kind of like B-sides account, just throwing away some demos and doing some extra shit. So let's see what we got here. All right, Levaries Free Verse, let's go.
So I'm gonna just keep it real. Olivia Rodrigo is like one of my favorite artists for real. She's just got a phenomenal catalog, no misses, none whatsoever.
Banger.
Catalog, but no
the
misses
banger.
yet. So like, I gotta commend it. But this song is called whatever it's called. I want to call it Olivia Rodrigo. I don't know about the legal implications with that yet, but my bitch kind of rock, kind of pop, Olivia Rodrigo. For right now, that's the song title. It might just be Olivia, but yeah, this is me basically like manifesting a collaboration with Olivia Rodrigo because she's got no collabs yet. She's got no collabs either. If I were to make a collab with any artist at the moment, she'd be my first pick, genuinely. In the song, I'm using her song titles and album titles in my verses. She just released a collaboration with the Stanley Cups a few months back, and me trying to make my fucking bread, like, I bought 4 of the cups thinking that they were gonna be very limited and sold out, but I got 4 of the cups, so they weren't limited and sold out. And I resold on StockX for like, I don't know. I probably didn't make profit after StockX fees. Yeah.
Fuck. Fucking StockX
Y'all know
fees,
that
man.
one TikTok sound that goes like Olivia Rodriguez.
You gonna be crying? 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I made a TikTok of that shit. So I guess this song, this TikTok, fucking everything. I really want to collab with Olivia Rodrigo, bro. No bullshit.
Wait, so this was a really cool, like, what the fuck? So this was like a voice note X kind of like, Laveri's update here. This was a nice, smart piece of content. This motherfucker Laveri's is smart. Very smart keeping us updated here. So for those of you that remember and are kind of an OG, not really an OG, but I'd say a couple months back, Laveri's was doing a lot of these freestyles and remixes on their YouTube channel and kind of doing like consistent YouTube content. But now we have this kind of voice memo direction of just kind of like updating us with what they're doing and their kind of process behind everything, right? And like what's going on in the background. I think that is fucking a solid idea. I feel like not a lot of people have ever thought about this, like especially like showcasing it here on the show. I think is even smarter, right? So that was a cool update. So obviously now Laveri's is kind of manifesting Olivia Rodrigo collabs and whatnot. But even more importantly than that, their project is loading, right? So new Laveri's album incoming, man. That was a fucking sick update. Like what? That was a very cool way of doing that and just kind of like putting it all together like that. It was just a quick like little like recap kind of like catch up. Like, yo, what's up? Laveri's, this is what I've been on. That was fucking lit. Shining Star is definitely the idea here, for sure. The idea and the concept of this was great, and that was a fantastic update. Let's fucking get it. With that said, make sure you go follow Laveri's Leaks on SoundCloud. We're gonna go drop him a follow there. 2 followers. So now, go get him to 10. Go show him some love. And of course, make sure you follow Laveri's on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 120, so make sure you go show them some love, of course. And with that said, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Monday's YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So again, make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. All right. Well done. We left off with the homie Laveri's. Up next is the homie Fonzie. It's been a while since we heard from Fonzie, man, but they were fucking crazy on their first submission, man. Like, absolutely fucking crazy. But let's see here. They submitted Mr. Scanner 121, Fonzie, Name Flips 2. Okay, so Fonzie, a very talented hip hop artist, submitted a YouTube upload. Let's see what we got here from the homie Fonzie. All right, so we got a little bit of a visualizer here as well. All right, I'm interested. Let's fucking get into it. Like I said, it's been a while since we heard from Fonzie, so see what we got here. 1 month ago, Mr. Scanzel, 0121, and Fonzie, and Name Flips 2, Name Flip 2. All right. Lots of love in the comments too, man. All right, I'm down. Let's go.
So much things to say, but such little time. But got people believing the wise. I'm just trying to promote KSI, trying to block a G-man in his prime. Playful to catch these demons live. From a young and I've been inside. You might hear him call me Young Bane. Since when was grime mundane? Need a rough squad to ride some waves. Difference between us is night and day. Joe Black and H, catch me on the M1 flying straight. I always wanted to do a road trip, load up the RV and press. Thumping H, not Harry, maybe Hardy and Fred. There were gas that crept on Conan, but now you've worked Mr. Beast. I was tucked away in my bed, who's got the hardest bars, we'll see. The way I deal with beats, it's criminal. 9 nights, funerals, hymnals. Don't need to do subliminals, I just like to keep it lyrical. Southerners think man is all there, tryna say that man's from country. Got the thing sounding corny, but I gotta rate man's thing surely. Why block, why minister? This is just a young spray from a derringer. 6-7 shot, man, they killing you. When you hear anything done's in the area. Want a whip with the darkest interior. Take you out for a drink, get merrier. Don't want skinny man, she needs something heavier. For her, there's only one direction. What's that? Chunks. None of these MCs are punks. Throw them tunes in a junk. Move like spontaneous smoke. I didn't have a pot to piss in, so I set out for a pot of paper. Surrounded by movers and shakers, but I'm central. See you later. Funny how now I can turn a page all the way into a wage. You've seen what I do on the stage. You couldn't ever say it's stage. Sometimes I'm feeling rage, so I have a bun little chronic. Run little chronics and stereophonics. I've got immortal techniques. Sometimes I move off random impulse. Call that a roots maneuver. Need to send Twinique some jingles. I was feeling to peel them crews with a couple of my roadside G's. Book me on the back road G. Cameras a local C. Car police don't give two fucks. Up in the bando, searching all crannies and nooks. L's on L, so many I've took. They don't wanna send on Big Mikey, but I ain't trying to argue. I'm just here on my grind G, moving like Parsaloo. You'd think my name's Rexo Media, the way they wanna call man dinosaur. I'm a level up from Ivysaur, need my Spartans to ride the war.
What the fuck?
Upgrade the clip, then N20 more. I keep me a couple still bangles. Need I say any more? Word to my general Shack. Word played crazy like Titch. You know the sitch. This year we ain't taking a piss. Member shopping in Meridian Dan. Mommy thought it's a brilliant plan. I'm trying to have millions banked. Stepping by in the unknown tea. Cut from a different cloth, it's grease. Born with this in my jeans. Legend like D-double-E.
Wow. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? That was like, whoa, that was like 3 minutes of straight fucking bars. Like, that just didn't stop. Holy shit. Wow. Alright. That was fucking insane. Yeah, because I remember Fonzie's last submission being absolutely nuts. And this one absolutely fucking... Wow. Holy shit. All right. Let's break this one down. Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the visualizer, because this is one of the best visualizers I've seen since a couple of artists have just submitted some fire, but this one is literally nuts. But we're gonna talk about that here in a second. So let's talk instrumental. A super solid, aggressive, like, get up and groove kind of instrumental, like, really makes you want to move, man, for sure. So I like the choice, especially for like somewhat of like a diss track, kind of like a go fuck yourself kind of track, you know what I mean? It's definitely putting on that, like, you know, aggressive style, which I think they did in a really, really solid way. So again, instrumental choice solid. Instrumental mix, really solid, to be honest with you. Melody's great. I like the sound selection on the melody. Drums are solid. I like the sound selection on the drums. And again, overall mix is just really solid, crisp, clean, clear. Everything's nice and level. Nothing that I would really change, because vocals sit nice, drums cut through nicely. Nothing that really like bugs it out at all. Right where it needs to be, 100%. So instrumental mix solid. Let's talk instrumental Shining Star. You know, the melody is definitely like very memorable, right? But I would say, you know, the melody is definitely up there, right? But the drums are like really keeping up a good pace here as well. Like, I feel like you definitely can't sleep on the drums at all. So the drums, like definitely super solid. You know, I'm kind of torn. I like the structure too. I feel like the structure could be like pretty underrated as well. You know, let's go drums. Drums are just very like fast paced and like keep up like a nice style to this. So let's go drums. Definitely drums. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is fucking fantastic, especially for their voice and style, right? Keeping it like a very natural like rap hip hop voice, and like using their natural voice and letting that shine, right? So you don't want to go like super crazy with the mix. But this one is like super, super solid. Again, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Vocals sit nice, drums cut through nicely. Crisp, clean, clear. I mean, no gripes. You know, super high quality. Nothing that I would change on this either. The vocal mix definitely solid. I mean, vocal shining star has got to be writing. Like the amount of fun punchlines and bars and like clever shit that was written in here is fucking insane. Like even watching it back here, it's just like, what the fuck, bro? Like they were just making crazy ass connections and just doing so many like insane bars that are just fun, and it was clever, and it like not all people can write like this, you know what I mean? Like this is a very creative way to write, and I think they did a really good job with this. So for me, writing all day, but the flow and cadence was right there too. I feel like flow and cadence you could talk about all day. But for me, writing cleared on this. Writing was fantastic. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums, vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk about the visual. So this is a visual, right? But it's a visual lyric video, because not only do we have lyrics on screen, right? But when the bars are coming on screen, you have like images and like small emojis and like smaller things kind of like guiding you and like even like giving you like a visual reference, right, of the name drops and the comparisons and the punchlines. So like the post-processing for this, they really went out of their way. Like really went out of their way. Like this is impressive. Again, this is one of the more fun ones I've seen. There's been a few recently, like I said, that have just been really top quality, and this is definitely one of them for sure. Shining star for the lyric video here is definitely the post-processing, right? Like the way that they not only show the lyrics on screen, but they're showing images on screen, so you can even like further understand the bars here and the lyrics. Like that's insane. That's really well done. So awesome submission. Huge shout out to the homie Fonzie. Much love, homie. Make sure you go sub to their channel. They are 3 subs away from 150. And of course, make sure you go follow Fonzie on Twitter. They are 8 followers away from 930. So go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, 2 segments, a whole lot of good jazz is available right now. You go show them some love. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you. Your Music Mondays, my friends. Let's get it. So, all right, we left off with the homie Fonzie. Up next is Evans Christ, the light out now. I'm with the bullshit. Insane Twitter handle. Artist producer, representing 269, Kalamazoo, Missouri. Light up EP available now on all platforms. Good bio, I like that. Awesome. Okay. Evans Christ, the lights. All right, let's pop this open a new tab. Let's see what we got from the homie. All right, so we got Spotify, all the good jazz. Let's go Spotify. So first time submitting artist here, Evans Christ. So obviously from the bio, like I said, artist producer. Very interesting. All right. Looks like they sent their full EP. So 5 tracks. All right, let's go with the first track, Destiny. All right. Actually, is this a first time submitting artist? I kind of remember their profile, I think. What did they submit? Am I faded? They might have submitted something before. Nah, this is the first time submitting, right? I think so. Yeah, I feel like this is the first time submitting artist. If we have done any submissions from them, yeah, no, I don't think we have. Yeah, definitely first time submitting artist. Okay. And if they have, it's been a while, but regardless, we're gonna go with the first track, Destiny. All right, let's get into it. Evans Christ, Destiny.
Let's do this, man. Yo. Birth to the universe, a one-time trip. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to run my ship.
Okay.
A little beat and some weed that I can unwind with. I'm the captain, y'all don't like it, you can suck my dick. Trying to make the crowd wild on some dumb rhyme shit. These actors couldn't out-rap me if you combine wits. So homie, quit the studio and get some sunshine, bitch. The coke that I be spitting always numb my lips. I had a plug that I could call when I was sometimes sick. The pharmacy was in his car and he would come by quick. Yo, he got his whole supply from a one-time lick. The dude was in my crib shooting like he from John Wick.
Wow. Great mix already. Super great mix.
I got magic in my words and it's dope in my veins. The power I attain, they only hope to contain. I've dealt with many pains, I'm a soldier of change. I focus getting off the dope, I couldn't cope with the shame. Damn, I don't drink, I'm only smoking the strains. All these years fly by, now I don't notice my age. Better go do more than saying that you're hoping and praying. While I'm dropping all this knowledge, you should soak up the game. I just wanna leave something to last. All the music y'all put out, yo, I would dump in the trash. Trying to make it to a label to get fucked in the ass. While they making all the millions, you get hundreds in cash. Damn.
Not wrong. Love the writing, man.
I don't walk a straight path in this evil life. You gotta join the underworld to see what people like. I don't really fit in with the boring, living legal types. The pen will ruin my life, but yo, a needle might. West side of town, so I'm eating right. Shawarma chicken, hummus, and rice when I need a bite. It's always busy and shit, so I be polite. I can eat like 10 falafel on my weakest night. I see the light and I ain't never turning back. Guards, open palm, crack to the jaws. How I smack frauds. Step to me, you get the lyrical attack, dog. So cold, the mic crack. I'm Jack Frost.
What the fuck? Okay. Wow. Impressive. That's an impressive first time submission. What the fuck? Nice solid outro. Let the beat ride. Okay. Wow, fantastic. Really fantastic. That was impressive. That was 14 fucking monthly listeners. That's crazy. That is wow. Let's go, man. That was wow. All right. We definitely gotta talk about this, man. So, that was a crazy first time submission. That was really, really crazy. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Destiny. So, let's talk instrumental. I love the choice, right? Because it's got that storytelling kind of feel to it, right? Especially with the melody. Drums keep up the pace. I like the sound selection on it too. But I think like the real important thing here is the mix. The mix is great. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that I would like ultimately change when it comes down to the mix. Like I said, drum selection was good. Sound selection was good there. Melody does a really good job, kind of like keeping up that like peaceful story feel, but somewhat of like a classical kind of feel as well, like almost like a throwback kind of feel, if you will, right? So, again, instrumental mix solid. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this at all. Instrumental Shining Star. You know, I do like the drums, but the instrumental is definitely like a great way to intro a project. You know, it definitely would make me as a listener, right, want to kind of dive into the rest of the project, especially if this was like track one. It definitely would. You know what I mean? It definitely would. So, you know, but the drums are solid, and they're doing a really good job keeping up the pace. That's also the other issue with that. Man, they're both so good, to be honest. But for me, melody, just melody, because I felt like it set that storytelling tone, like right off rip. So, definitely the melody. Instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Let's talk vocals. A vocal mix is super fucking solid. This is an artist with a nice natural voice, right? A nice natural hip hop rap voice at that, right? The way they delivered their lyrics and their flowed cadence is great here. But they don't need a lot of post processing on their mix, obviously, unless they, you know, want to do a different style or anything like that. But for this particular track, I definitely don't think they needed anything more than, you know, some light processing. Crisp it up, clean it up, make sure it's like super solid, nice and loud, but not too loud, right? Of course. And again, nothing clashing to overbearing. Vocals sit nice in the instrumental. Drums definitely cut through nicely on the instrumental. Yeah, no gripes with this mix. Like thinking back on it, it was really, really clear and like right where it needed to be. 100%. Like I would not touch this mix. This is great. The vocal mix solid. Vocal Shining Star is 100% the writing. The writing here was so well done. Really, really clever bars again. Definitely some personal, like, really real bars as well. And, like, you know, taking shots at, like, people in your life who you don't fuck with or people in your journey you've met that are just trash. There's a lot here that I could talk about with the writing, but the writing definitely clears. Flow and cadence and delivery is, like, a really close second. But for me, definitely writing, for sure. The instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. let's talk theme. So, aesthetics. What a cover. What a fucking cover this is. Whoever designed this did such a really, really good job, if I'm being completely honest with you. You know, it's got this, like, I mean, for a project called The Light, right? So, like, kind of like inspired being like that church, you know, Evans Christ kind of like deal. Like I feel like that was a good play, you know, and it's very attractive, right? It has this like cartoon-esque style, but it's still very realism as well. It's interesting, you know. So whoever did this cover did a really good job. Parental advisory at the bottom, text at the top right and left. I think it's great, you know, especially for a project. So aesthetics very much on point. Overall theme of Destiny. I mean, look, I mean, you could kind of look for like a super like solid, intricate kind of theme here, or like you could just look at the broad term Destiny and how Evans kind of talks about a lot of their not only problems in life, but a lot of their W's and like how you get there, right? And like what kind of like brings you to a win and what kind of like makes you overcome your problems. Like there's a lot of things here where like they talk about very specific things, but also it's like touching everything from life to your career to just so many other parts of not only life but music and creating, right? So for me though, I would definitely just stay focused on the lyrics here and appreciate the writing, because the writing here is actually nuts. And like the more you go back to a track like this, the more likely you're gonna find other bars that you miss or kind of like start understanding things a bit later. Like this is one that has like longevity and like replayability, you know what I mean, when it comes to writing and things like that. So this is one I definitely appreciate for the writing, but it's just super well done when it comes down to flow and cadence. It just enhanced the writing even more, you know. But well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Evans Christ. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And, of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They're approaching 430 followers. So make sure you go show them some love in the Bird app, my friends. And, of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And, of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 290 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love. And if you already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, with that said, that concludes today's submissions for episode 189. Let's close it out. Let's give some shout outs. Let's show some love. Let's talk about what's coming on Music Mondays. And let's talk about everything that's going down. So, let's fucking get it, baby. All right. So, let's go show some love, man. Let's go show some love. So, huge shout out to everybody that showed up and chilled in the chat tonight. You're fucking wonderful. Even if you just lurked and chilled, you're wonderful, amazing, and we love you here at Music Mondays. Huge shout out to AMG. Thank you so much, man, for coming through and popping through. Feel free to submit anytime you'd like. And huge shout out to every artist that submitted tonight, and obviously tuned in and showed love, like I said, even if you just lurked and chilled. But again, shout out to all of our submissions. Huge shout out to all of our patrons. First off, huge shout out to Jordan, the homie Ryuki, King Mark, Kruker, and all of our followers over there on Patreon. You guys are beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Huge shout out to all of our artists that submitted tonight. Huge shout out to Black Silk. Huge shout out to Onwuka, Saint Wave, Offspring Mysterious, Jordan, like I said, Ain't That October, Nick Fall, Fonzie, Evans Christ, Laveries, Lucha, DZO, and David. And we had one artist that was not following Music Mondays, so Fuego Raps, feel free to resubmit to the Music Mondays podcast once you are following Music Mondays on Twitter, my friend. So, massive shout out to every artist that submitted tonight. You guys are wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, let's see here. All right, so you guys know the drill. Top 3 artists of episode 189 will be tweeted out on the Music Mondays account right after the show goes off air. Make sure you keep that in mind. But outside of that, submissions for episode 190 will be live tomorrow, Tuesday. So again, if you're watching this live, be on the lookout for submissions tomorrow. If you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are already live. You know, if you're watching this on YouTube, submissions are already live, so make sure you go drop your tracks and go show the submission tweet some love. All right. So, let's see here. So, what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week? So, again, like I said at the top of the show, big Cyberfest stuff, and a lot of important Cyberfest stuff is going down right now. So, again, keep your eyes peeled for that. Make sure you follow us on socials. All of your weekly content will stay the same, so look out for a brand new article this Friday. Definitely make sure you go look out for anything new that drops during the week, because we have a couple playlists and a few smaller things that we absolutely need to update here at Music Mondays. So a couple interesting things coming this week. Lots of catch-up content to kick off September. And Cyberfest 2 is kind of like the big deal here. Make sure you stay tuned for all that good jazz, and make sure you're following us on socials, my friends. Quite literally, make sure you follow us on socials. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, TikTok, Tumblr, Instagram, wherever you use socials. Make sure you go follow Music Mondays, because we are there. And make sure you go show us some love and stay up to date. And of course, you can stream Music Mondays podcast episodes on all audio platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Podcasts, all that good jazz. Make sure you go follow us over there. And of course, you can catch this episode live on audio platforms this Thursday. And you can catch it live on our YouTube channel this Saturday. So, with that said, again, like I said, make sure you follow us on socials, and make sure you follow me and the channel. Follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. All the socials, all the good jazz linked down below for Zom Slaves. But of course, we'll be live next week for episode 190, and I'll be live tomorrow. I'm live like 4 or 5 days a week here on the channel. So of course, make sure you go show me some love, and tune in tomorrow for some watch party, speedrun, game, something tomorrow. But I'll be live tomorrow either way, and next week we'll be live for episode 190. So make sure you tune in. It's been your boy Zom Slaves. This is Music Mondays podcast, episode 189. Be safe, we love you, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow and next Monday for another Music Mondays podcast episode, baby. Let's get it.